Well, hello, boys and girls. I'd like to say hello to my grandchildren, Israel, Judah, Gracelyn, Jeremiah, and Raylyn. And to all the other boys and girls. That's right, Mark and Sandy. To all the other boys and girls. And you know what? Last Tuesday, my first grandson, Israel, yes, Israel, had a birthday. How old is he? He's 7. 7 years old. Can we sing a song for him? Yeah, let's sing Happy Birthday. Yeah, that's a good song to sing for birthdays. Okay, let's sing it. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Israel. Happy birthday to you. And many more birthdays. Happy birthday, Israel. Well, today, boys and girls, I'm talking about the veil. In the Bible, you may hear your pastors preach, or your parents might tell stories about in the Old Testament when Moses came down from the mountain having the 10 Commandments in his hand, how his face just shone so bright with the glory of God. He was up there 40 days and 40 nights talking with God, and God told him all the books of the law to put in here. They didn't have Bibles back then, though, but they had tables of stone, and they had scrolls and stuff like that, that thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt have no other gods before me, talking about God, God Jehovah, shall have no other, told you to honor your mother and father, and all the 10 Commandments. You know those, right? Well, anyway, when Moses came down off the mountain, his face shone so bright that he had to put on a veil when he talked to the people. He had to put on some kind of covering. I can see through this, and I know you can see me through this, but his veil may have been even thicker. I don't know. But anyway, he had to put on a veil when he talked to the people. And that's what I'm talking about today, about the veil. How when Jesus died on the cross, there was a veil. That was the veil about Moses when he came down off the mountain talking with God. But then, when they built the tabernacle, they also put a veil, a big curtain, a big long curtain behind in the tabernacle, right there where they had all the different parts of the tabernacle, and then they had the holiest of holies. The Ark of the Covenant was behind that veil, and nobody could go into there except the high priest. He's the only one that was allowed in there. And how that veil separated, the people from God, basically, because God was in that holy place, and only the high priest, the anointed, could go in there and to take care of the things that had to be done in there. And that's what I was talking about today, and I got to thinking about how in the Old Testament veil was spelled V-A-I-L, and in the New Testament they spelled it V-E-I-L. Now, I don't know if that's just because the Old Testament was translated from the Greek and Hebrew, the Hebrew, and the New Testament was translated from the Greek, or I don't know what it was. But anyway, the spelling had changed, so I got to thinking, well, V-A-I-L, veil, V-E-I-L, veil. Okay, that's A, E, so I, and I couldn't think of anything with I except I thought of, if you take the veil, V-A-I-L, and you have V-A-I, if you take it and you change the A and the I around, you have V-I-A-L. You have vial, a little bottle, a little vial, like when you do science projects, you have like little vials that you put the little things in. Well, God stores up our tears in vials and little bottles in heaven. And so there's your I, V-A. You have V-I-A-L. There you have your A, veil, E, V-E-I-L, and then you have V-I-A-L, you have I, and then O. And I got to thinking, well, Voil, V-O-I-L-S, that was my great-grandpa's name, Voiles, and how they work with tapestry, and they fabrics and stuff. And a voile, I'm not sure if this is a voile, this is just a scarf, but anyway, they work with tapestries, and that's your O. Or void, V-O-I-D. In Genesis, it talks about the earth. When God created the heavens and the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. darkness. There was a veil that covered the face of the deep. And God said, let there be light. And there was light. And just like the light of God, when Moses came down off that mountain and had to wear the veil, when he had to come down and wear the veil because his face shone from being with God, that God's glory, that light. And that leaves, that's O, and that leaves us to you. You. Value, V-A-L-U-E. With God we have great value. And there is the vowels of the veil that GrandStar made up. So, anyway, that's what we have for us today. And I'd like that all of you to come and see me really soon. Yeah, come see GrandStar. She talks about you all the time. Yeah, she sure does. That's all I hear all day is Israel, Judah, Graceland, Jeremiah, and Raven. How sweet she is. That's right. My grandchildren are precious and they're sweet. And I do hope they get to come see me soon. Well, you all have a wonderful day. I love you. God bless you. Bye-bye.